actually. Hey, True Believers, England teen here. We're going to be talking about this image thing. I think this is going to be a one-note kind of deal here. I want to go over this. I've heard so many things. Image has a union now, or at least the workers want to unionize, and they actually wrote down a whole list of stuff they want, and I'm hearing people say, oh, they want to gatekeep, oh, they want to do this, oh, they want to do that. Twiddles wants me to kill him. Everybody wants something, and I figure, you know what, let's go through this thing. We'll talk about it. We'll see what it's all about, and really what it is. Now, first thing I heard about when I said union, I was thinking, really? Is there really enough money in comics right now to actually unionize? Is there, to me, it seems like somebody came up with a good idea to get comic book creators to pay them, because they're going to have to do this union dues, the whole 9 yards. And I'm thinking, guys, weren't you complaining about not having money? I mean, aren't we seeing sometimes pictures or people are putting out things like, hey, I need money for this and I need money for that. Mm-hmm. And if they're going to form a union and they actually want to do things, it's going to need a fund, which is going to take money from. That's the first thing I thought of. So I could be off. Maybe they're going to be doing things differently. I don't know. I figure I've got the image thing up. I know when I was looking it up, I found one. It's from Bleeding Cool, and then I found one from them themselves. I found their own page, so I figured, why don't we just go to them? But actually, it seems like the Bleeding Cool thing has everything listed out a little bit better. So, okay. I don't know. Let me turn off the light and put that bird to bed, and I'll be right back. Get some comments and say hello there, RDV.
Sharing out the stream, that's all. All right. First comment I see is shoot the bird. This guy's. Let's go on, Nerdy Texan. Marania, yes, Thanksgiving for the fat man. Actually, everybody's now celebrating Thanksgiving now. You go to restaurants, they have pumpkin pie and pecan pie is already coming out now. It's not nice if you're going out to eat. What's up, Prentice? We got here. Elise is saying that Image is already gatekeeping before this.
Oh yeah, we've always talked about something along the lines of gatekeeping, but it wasn't actual gatekeeping. It was just, well, these people are bad, those people are good. Mark Waid, of course, attempted it, but
is it a bad thing if they keep Gail Simone out and Vita Alea, all the bad writers out?
Yes, it is. It is, because for as much as we hate them, they do have fans, and they have every right to connect with said fans. Just because we don't like them doesn't. I'm not someone who's going to go, hey, I'm against you, therefore I'm going to turn on my own morals. It just ain't going to happen. I'm not going to do that. This is not the channel to come for that. If you're looking for that kind of thing, have a good time. It's just not going to be here. That's all I'm saying.
Nope. Cancel culture sucks for everyone. Everyone is affected by it. Otherwise, you're a hypocrite if you say oh, I don't want. I hate AVS. I don't want to do well. Well, there's other people out there who also might get canceled because
I've seen some people.
I don't like it.
I've seen some people all rah for this. I've seen some people who aren't. I'm looking forward to going through this and seeing. I'm going to go through Bleeding Cool, because anytime I get a chance to beat up on or smack around Rich Johnson, take it. Take that chance. That's all. That is a personal opinion. I'm not sending anybody after him. I'm just saying I get joy.
So it's your own It's your own personal Christmas gift.
Right. Exactly. It's something I want to do for myself,
which ties into the comments before, because Marania's first comment, she said about that's someone who celebrates Thanksgiving first before the Fat Man Day in December, and then Liz follows up to Evil Black Cat saying, Marania, he has a day in December. Sorry.
There you go. All right, but you know what? She's not that.
Hey,
far.
speaking
Hey,
of
Eric, how you doing?
we say Fat Man and Eric shows up.
Hey,
What's up, Eric?
I think I'm actually a little bit bigger than Eric. So, how you doing, Eric?
I'm
Immediately
here.
regretting jumping on.
There must not be a sports game on tonight.
I was watching I found this channel called In Praise of Shadows, and they were doing a 2-part history of horror comics. And I was about 40 minutes into part 1. Absolutely fascinating.
Yeah, I love
Cool.
stuff about the history of comics.
Hey,
get back into those. As a matter
I
of fact.
just noticed that you're not blurry anymore. I guess Eric's got the magic touch.
I guess so. Hell, I'm gonna redo my videos. Stay right here, guys. I've got reviews. God dang it! I recorded 2 videos and back to back. I figured I would just, because they were review videos, I'll do them like in one, then cut it in half. It'll be easy to edit, and both of them blurry.
Unfortunately, you're still pausing every few minutes, but we can see you now.
All right, okay.
It's an improvement.
Is it? All right, so let's get on to this thing here. And let's talk about this image union, see what they're all about. And so this, like I said, this from Bleeding Cool, because I think Rich Johnson is kind of funny and stupid at the same time. So let me get rid of this because that distracts VENKMAN. So it says, today the Comic Book Workers United announced themselves as a union made up of staffers working at Image Comics. They're not voting to become, they are.
No.
They voted by a supermajority to declare the formation of a union. In a statement they declared, I would love it if Image just went, okay, you're fired. That I think that would kind of like Ronald Reagan did with the with the airline.
Air traffic control.
Air traffic, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so they said for years, comic publishing workers have watched our professional efforts to support creator and delighted readers. Sadly, we have also watched that same labor be taken for granted at best and exploited at worst. Keeping our, you see, one thing I'm going to stop here. I think the word exploitation has become like Nazi, SJW, and all these other catchphrases. It's gotten to the point where it means anything. So I would love for that to be spelled out a little bit more so we understand what they believe exploited is. Keeping our heads above the water was the new normal before the pandemic. And since its onset, we have been expected to take on even larger workloads with fewer resources. Okay, this happens when less people go to work because they're being fed money to not work. And I'm guessing that barely keeping your heads above water was because you're in a dying industry
That you helped kill.
That, yes, that exactly, that they helped kill. So it goes on to say our workforce in the comic book and publishing industry as a whole is overtaxed, undervalued. This is detrimental not only to the general staff, but also to the creators. We are paid to serve and the audience they in turn work to entertain. Our labor is integral to the comic book industry. It requires specialized skills, dedication, and makes quality publishing possible. We love what we do, but loving what you do doesn't mean you can't or shouldn't ask for improvements to your working conditions. It is with this in mind and with great hope for the future of Image Comics and the comic book industry itself that we announce our intent to form a union and request voluntary recognition. Right away, okay, I don't know if I should stop here, but right away, my thinking is we just discussed, we just kind of threw a couple of lines out there. This is an industry that is not doing as good as it did 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, in spite of what people are saying when they add on the manga sales to show that comic books are better than ever. No, we lived through better than ever, gang. This ain't it. So I want to hear what they are planning to do to improve their situation. They need to help bring money in. They're behind the scenes. Okay, let's let the Todd McFarlanes of the world create the art. How are you going to sell the art to make sure that Image Comics is keeping the money coming in? So you still have that union job. Okay, so it says this should not be radical or revolutionary and is, in fact, a natural development for a company that started the way Image Comics did. In the early stages of organizing, we looked to Image founders for inspiration. Their dreams of self-determination and more equitable treatment. Oh, you know what? You lost me. I'm sorry. I'm done with the word equitable. I am done with it. You don't know what it freaking means. You're using it out of context so many freaking times. I'm talking about government now. And it's gotten to the point where it's a buzzword, but to me, it's a freaking, and I'm going to use their language once, trigger word, them. I'm done with equitable. Okay, into industry. They loved and helped make successful are also our dreams. Let's see, we are honored to grow their legacy by taking the step to give all comic book industry professionals, regardless of title, the same rights, guarantees, securities, and protections which the founders sought when they broke away. Okay, you know what? Blah, 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 yada, yada. This entire middle section right here, go yourself with it, okay? Because here's what this entire thing is saying. Hey, remember what you did? We're just doing it, so don't fire us. We're following you. Also, by saying this, a lot of people who don't think about it are going to go, yeah. And then they're going to back it. If you did it, why can't we? But here's the thing. Image Comics didn't form a union to go after Marvel and DC. The people who formed Image Comics went off and got their and made their own company. So if you want apples to apples comparison here, you have to go form your own company. So don't say, oh, we're just doing what they did. You're not doing what they did. You're actually standing in their house demanding more from them. Not if you're being treated badly, I think that's all right, but that's what they're doing. They are not doing the same thing that the Image comic founders did. Okay, so it says, despite years of union busting and anti-organization sentiments in the American workforce, we know the Image has at its heart a desire to be first when it comes to doing the right thing for comic workers. That's why we know we will win, because our success is the company's success. Our success is the creator's success. Our success is the reader's success. Eric, there's an obvious problem in that statement. Do you want to take it, or shall I? Or do you not see it?
Could you repeat the statement, please?
Okay, here is the statement. Wrong one. Here it is. Despite years of union busting and anti-organization sentiments in the American workforce, we know that Image has at its heart a desire to be first when it comes to doing the right thing for comic workers. If you're going to invoke the Image comic founders, you can't use that statement. Because when Todd McFarlane got ticked off at the way Rob Liefeld was being Rob Liefeld and Jim Lee was being Jim Lee, he wanted them out. They voted Rob Liefeld out. And they were particularly interested in the original artists. They actually said at the beginning there would not be writers. Mm-hmm. So it was more for the creator, and it was more for those who were like-minded. So if you're going to invoke the Image creators, you have to know what they were saying back in the beginning. And that was the obvious mistake there, in my opinion. Let me take a little break from reading that off and say hello to Dominic, who just jumped in with us, and take a few comments. I'm reading through Rich Johnson's take with the black-pilled people, as some of you call them. Who? What's a black pill people?
The black pill means you just hate everything.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I've seen the Praise of Shadows video. Really cool. I have no idea what that is. I have my finger.
That's the company
is way over here. The pulse of what's going on is.
No, that's who made the documentary I was watching.
Oh, okay. Let's see what we got. I'm happy to see people are waking up to the term echo. I've woke up to that almost at the very beginning. That word has been abused for power plays. And let's see, Comicsgate made their own books, not this union. Like I said, they're not doing what the Image founders did. They get that out of their head. Evening all, just lurking tonight and listening while playing a video game. Well, is it the Guardians? Because apparently that's going around. And VENKMAN saying it's pretty good too. So
I think E would stop streaming if he played it.
you think so?
I
You
think
know what? I don't have the money to buy a brand new game, so I got to wait for you rich people to buy it. So when it gets down to $20, that's when I pick it up.
You might be waiting until summer of next year.
I have done that many a time, but you know what? I've still got my Arkham game, so I'm okay. All righty, let's get back to this here. It says the statement was signed, and it gives the names there. Please don't go after them or anything like that. They have also issued the following goals. Okay, here's what we want to go to. Let's see. Goal number 1. To foster a more competitive industry as a whole through salary and workload transparency for all existing and proposed job titles. Employees industry-wide should know that they and their peers are working for and what they can expect from the future employment. Improve staff morale through annual staff and management reviews to assess performance, workload, and whether there is clear need to expand a department, craft a new role, or increase compensation for employees who have taken on large quantity or more complex suite of tasks. Right there is, we want to make sure they're treating us better. And if we think we have too much work for the money we're getting, we either want more money or we want more people. Oh, and by the way, I know I'm kind of taking over here, but if you guys have something you agree or disagree with, I'm saying, by all means, jump in. Let's see. Number 2, the creation of a more transparent company culture through monthly all-hands meetings so all staff can better understand both the current and future priorities, responsibilities, and workloads of other departments. Wait, you guys aren't talking about what the company as a whole is doing? I understand that when it comes to creators, like Robert Kirkman owns his stuff, Todd McFarlane owns his, Eric Larson likes porn. I understand they do their own thing, but there's not a central company meeting? That seems weird.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, is like, how do they split up the money that comes into the company? Doesn't, because they make their own personal money, but what goes into Image?
Well, yeah, you got it. Well, I'm sure Image takes its bite. You know,
well, Image is technically the umbrella company created by each fraction is their own, working together.
Right. So
they decide. So there's no central company. It's like what basically the U.S. was originally. It was 13 people working independently.
It's like most
under the
publishing
same umbrella.
companies. It's like most publishing companies. The Stephen King goes to Random House. Random House will publish Salem's Lot, and I know that's not his publisher, but Random House will take a piece of the profits and give the rest to Stephen King. Image Comics is like that.
Yeah, but they do it. I think they do it division-wise. So, Todd McFarlane Studios handles creators at Todd McFarlane Studios. What was that? Shadow. What was Jim Valentino's?
But that's the thing.
Shadowline. Shadowline handles Shadowline stuff.
It's the same thing because basically, their Image takes their bite. The rest goes to the companies. If creator was a little bit off. Okay, so increased knowledge retention through the implementation of detailed record keeping and procedure documentation for all tasks deemed essential to any given role. Those documents are to include detailed and explicit descriptions and instructions for all expected job duties. Now, I'm just thinking maybe they're just including this as a business thing, because I cannot believe that isn't already happening at a company. I mean, I keep track of books that sell and doesn't sell, so I know what not to and to get at the auction. I can't imagine they're not doing that. Number 4 says improve career mobility for all staff through stricter adherence to the company's stated intent to offer open positions up to qualified existing employees prior to opening them up to the public. Hire within before without. That is so far, in all honesty, I don't see anything wrong with these 4, except for maybe number 1. Number one, you have to prove why you need that extra, but the rest of them don't seem bad to me. What about you? Anybody?
No, it sounds reasonable so far, but yeah, again, what kind of company is Image? I mean, I said, aren't they basically a collection of individuals that come together, like Kat said, under one umbrella to publish?
My guess is this is the clerical staff. This is the central hub, the people that actually deal with the creators and their companies to
now if that's the case, then it does seem relatively reasonable if these things, if there isn't any kind of structure in that area of the company.
I mean, if they're overworked and there's few people running it and try to do all the counting. As far as
right now, the same people probably that when they go out to get Chinese takeout get indignant because they had to wait 10 minutes extra because they're understaffed.
Yeah, everybody's understaffed right now. So I don't know if this is the right time for what they're saying, but yeah, right now everybody's understaffed.
And they all voted for the guy that put
that understaffed them, right? Yeah, you're right. The continuation of remote work for any employee who requests it, and the creation of detailed policy outlining how the company provides reasonable accommodations and supplies for remote employees. We still want to work at home, even though you want us to come in. Well, no, I'm sorry, but that's the boss's what's the word?
Prerogative.
Prerogative. Thank you. You heard the purr and you knew where I was going. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's the boss's prerogative. Now, they may find out that they could save money by you working at home, but I'm sorry. Look, you're already out the door. Have a good time. You're where you want to be. Now find something else to do. I'm going to get somebody who wants to work and wants to come in. Unless it's beneficiary to the company, why the hell would you put up with that? Seriously. And Merry Christmas to Zach as well. All righty.
Ho, ho, ho.
That's the running.
It's not Christmas yet.
But no, but that's the running joke right on Christmas because or in the chat because Mariani's like, it's like, that ain't Christmas yet. There's already Christmas stuff up. Even Thanksgiving. And I'm like, Merry Christmas. Is that comes on?
That's why this right here will be the official background for Englentine Loves Comics until Christmas time.
Englentine loves Thanksgiving.
Englentine likes anything where the whole purpose is to watch a fucking parade and eat. I am absolutely okay with that. All right, let's get back to this.
Who doesn't like Thanksgiving?
Pardon?
No, so I mean, who doesn't like Thanksgiving?
I know, I love it.
Technically, there is a Christmas parade too.
Lions fans,
the British,
Canadians.
Right. Let's see. What's going on here? Let's see. ComputerBot says England, it's not Thanksgiving yet. Remember, Thanksgiving in the United States is somewhere at the end of November. Yes, but it is the month, so why not? If we could celebrate Halloween for a month, I'm going to be celebrating Thanksgiving for a month. That means I'm going to get really fat by December. Nothing, Black Cat.
I mean,
what do you mean? What do you mean? You're going to get really fat? Nothing from you. I am disappointed in Black Cat right now, man.
Sure, blame November.
No, my mind went to a heart failure thing, but then I realized you actually had a heart attack. So
I actually had no, I didn't. It didn't end up being a heart attack. Thanksgiving, thank goodness. Okay.
You really do get singularly focused.
I really do. Yes, that's the whole thing around here. Yeah, I'd rather see Thanksgiving promoted in November than Christmas. It's way too early for. I agree. After the day after Thanksgiving, let's go for Christmas.
Let's skip promoting Christmas. Let's go straight to this was that Shamrock Day? Go to St. Patty's Day. Let's go to there.
New Year's. I mean, if you're gonna go to one drunk holiday, get to the next one as well.
Why does the Hallmark Channel have a month of Thanksgiving movies?
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know. I think we should watch them. Okay, so
I'll say let's go.
Joe Rogers is saying an Image must have some sort of centralized support system, and I think that's the workers that we're talking about. A bombing run is about to commence. Not yet. I haven't gotten to the Germans bombing Pearl Harbor yet. This hasn't exactly angered me. I from what we're reading so far, there are a few things I think is a little bit out of, but I can understand a lot of them if they're not being.
So Rich is underperforming because he hasn't pissed you off yet.
Oh, okay. Yes, he is. He is. All right, leftists, they don't like Thanksgiving. We hear about it every year on social media, and I live in Washington, says Rhaegar. And LK saying the first 4 are fine. In fact, it raises serious questions why 3 and 4 weren't happening already. And that makes me wonder if they just want them in there as some sort of legalese kind of thing. But let's continue. Let's get on with this. And where was I to request? Oh, the pandemic has removed the necessity for the company to supply. Well, hold on. The pandemic has removed necessity for the company to pay for a central office space. No, sir. No, ma'am. Whoever wrote this, you do not get to make that decision. Utilities, etc. With employees in some cases now shouldering 100% of costs that should be shared by the employer, costs such as internet power, furnishings, and other office supplies, computer hardware, and related maintenance costs to work from their own personal devices. The company must outline an equitable arrangement for sharing a reasonable. Oh, you! Holy crap! Okay, you know what? The freaking planes are about to bomb. I'm telling you. Are you freaking serious with this? You just freaking told everybody you want to work at home. I want to work at home, and by God, you're going to pay for it. No. If they're paying for the internet, why not have it at their place? Why are you saying, oh, I want to work at home and now I want my internet for free? Grrr.
I want my.
Get the heck out of here. You are.
I want my $45,000. That's what I want.
Holy crap. I can't believe somebody's got the cojones to say that kind of thing. What the freaking hell? I want to work at home and you've got to pay for it.
Did you just assume their gender?
Yes. You know what? I'll tell you what.
And their culture.
You know what I would love to see? I mean, yes, I want this. I want this a lot. I want this so much. You know what? I got to do this. Yeah. Hey, how about this, you freaking dumbass person who wrote this? Yeah. As an image boss, why don't I pay for your internet and then I put all the same adult locks on it that I might do at work? Okay, but that's all I got. I accidentally removed myself doing that. So anyway.
I just thought it was hilarious that you're trying to do the whole max headroom thing, but you're so freaking blurry.
I freaking hate the camera sometimes.
Message received, though.
Yeah.
But the camera loves you.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what's going on with my camera today that has it all blurred out.
I would say turn your camera off and just maybe it'll work better.
Turn my camera off and then the camera will work better. Okay, so number 6. Number 6 says better overall product through the immediate addition of staff, particularly in production and marketing departments. Better overall product through immediate addition of staff, particularly in production and market. Okay, so they want them to hire more people. Our creators, retailers, and readers can expect white glove attention for all the books we publish. Books which will go to press with fewer errors, fewer delays, and more robust marketing presence due to more strategic approach to staffing in reasonable proportion to the actual quantity of output we generate. More people.
Now it's starting to sound like I want to work from home. I want to make more money. I want you to pay for my incidentals. And I want you to hire more people so I don't have to do as much work while I'm at home.
That's what it's sounding to me.
A little bit.
Say again?
I said a little bit. I'm agreeing with what Green said.
Okay, number 7 is a long-term actionable plan to address the overall lack of diversity in both general staff and management. The authors, artists, and readers who bring comics to life have never been homogenous, and the stories we publish can only be improved by staffing our organizations in a way that it can. No, you're a dumbass. I'm sorry, but if you believe that it's like when we went to I shouldn't say no, it can't. But what I will say is doing that does not mean you're automatically going to get better stories. I'm sorry. Look at me. You can't write for look at any time anybody gets who's gay gets a gay character. They write the freaking guy from Mannequin. Watch that movie, you'll see what I'm saying. Or Will and Grace. They're over the top 1980s gay. It's what's the offensive? I know that because in my comic session, I get, hey, wow, this character's offensive as oy vey. Oh, if they're the same as the person they're writing, it's going to be better. Prove it. Prove it by showing me the book that proves it. Okay, so anyway, where are we on this?
We want to quit using the tape?
I'm not using tape. I'm sorry. Is that loud?
We're hearing...
It's really loud.
Yeah, we only allow bird noises on this.
Yeah,
right,
so
hey, I put the bird to sleep. He could put the tape to sleep. All right, in a way that more accurately reflects the demographics of our creators, our readership, and the nation as a whole. Okay, so what you want is 78% white. I mean, okay, so let's see. Renewed commitment to company values through the addition of collective voting option to immediately cancel publications of any title whose creators have been found to have engaged in abuse, sexual assault, racism, xenophobia, homophobia, transphobia, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, ableism, etc., etc. What does etc. mean? Until such time as said creators have engaged in meaningful reparations towards the affected persons. This is where the gatekeeping comes in, ladies and gentlemen.
That's what I thought.
Because, like, if we were talking among ourselves, and the word is among, not amongst. If we were talking among ourselves, we would understand what racism is. We would understand what xenophobia, what homophobia, what transphobia, what anti-Semitism, what Islamophobia. We would understand what that truly was. But these days, milk has been called racist. These days, a math test is racist. These days, anything that they can label is racist. It's homophobic. It's transphobic. If you say, I don't want to use the words he to describe a she, you're transphobic. That has nothing to do with the people. You're not discussing people. You're discussing language. Yet that is deemed transphobic. There is so much stuff that is not clearly defined here. It can mean anything. So they are literally saying, we don't want to produce the books we don't want to produce. We do not want to be a part of it. So we want to be able to vote that person out so we don't have to deal with them, even if they're bringing in money for the company. That is what they're doing right here. It's wrapped up in language like, oh, wait, you're for sexual assault? No. Whoa. Who said that? No, if anybody pulls up on you, you just go, shut the f up and be smart for a second. Do you see CNN on my shirt? Do you see me holding an MSNBC microphone? I'm not going to believe that crap. I'm not going to fall for that crap. So just go somewhere else with it, all right? Holy Toledo and a half. But anyway, that's the end of that particular article for it.
Well, that's another example of people that have grown up in a bubble being told that they're special and that they should never have to deal with any kind of conflict, never be offended by anything, never have anything that isn't sunshine and unicorns.
And that's their right. How dare you?
Who wouldn't like
unicorns?
It's their right, but it's not anybody else's.
Yep.
It's the whole idea. I said that's why there's no conflict in comics anymore with any characters other than what few straight white men, are still around. Because I said whenever there's a character, that's not one of those, they always win their fights easily, and they pose for selfies with a Benetton ad behind them, and that's what comics have become. And I'm sorry, that's also why comic book sales are dwindling. That's why they have to add manga to tell people that comics are getting better. And the people that work in this office, they are part of the problem, it sounds like.
It's like YouTube. You cater to people who don't even watch your channel. It's like, and that's what they're doing. They're catering to people who don't even read their books. Or it's like 1% of someone he may, I bought this book, but I don't even know what it's about, but I bought it just to support it. Mm-hmm. Those people don't really come back, and after the fads die down, they're gone.
Yeah,
right.
that last demand, I translated that. That means don't you even think about rehiring Warren Ellis to do anything,
or going
Don't
outside
even
the box.
retweet him.
There's so many problems with that. It's to me it's obvious. If I were Image Comics and this is what y'all wanted, all right, yeah, you're not getting that. So you have, once again, there's the door. I'm sorry, but if you haven't noticed, there's a lot of people out there who want your jobs. There's a lot of people who want to work in comics right now. They don't want to go, even though they're paying $15 an hour, which doesn't mean crap because Biden decided to say, hey, you know what? We need inflation. But there's a lot of people who would take those jobs just to have an into the comic book industry. So once again, thank you very much for your service. Door is that away for those of you who came in. For those of you who wanted to work at home, they're already there. We're just going to stop sending them the work. That's it.
Now, my question then becomes, are the people that you say that are looking to get in, are they going to be any better than the people that made that list of demands? Because this industry attracts, in fact, they've done such a good job of gatekeeping that the only people that can even get in are the people that are going to end up coming in with a list of demands, larger than
that might just be a fact. There's my question is, what happens when it's 48-51? Okay, we're going to have a vote. Okay, it's 48-51 or it's 50-50. What's going to happen to the workplace when that happens? Because we know what goes on. Even if you are right now a member of the woke crowd, if you step outside the woke crowd,
you're tagged.
You know what happens to you.
Mm-hmm.
They are not kind to their own people. And now you've got 50 people on each side. I'm just going to use the 100 thing, 50-50. Now they think that they're not woke enough. They think that they're not woke enough. Kaboom.
Holy crap. I just read LK's comment. I did not see that when I said that. About
this is where you can see the impact of these. Which one?
That Augie to whatever posted a comment. This is a long way to go to say you never want Warren Ellis to work at Image ever.
Without saying you don't want Warren Ellis back, tell me you don't want Warren Ellis back.
So, Augie's one of my nom de plumes.
This is where you can see the impact of these radicals using their privilege to take low-paying yet influential jobs with the goal to change it. It's it's ridiculous. I would definitely cut a few of those out. Say, okay, we're going to work with you, but here's the thing. Once again, they might actually find out they could save money by having people work at home. But you know what? I don't know how much work you're doing versus how much porn you're watching. So let's make sure that you're paying for your own internet.
I mean,
is there some way to log in where
there
we
is
know how much hours?
I mean, they're probably more likely reading Savage Dragon, I
mean,
hey, why would
all kidding aside? All kidding aside, you talk about how much porn are they watching, but we all know that YouTube is the greatest time suck that's ever been invented. And that's and if you're going to sit home watching YouTube all day instead of working, you might as well be watching porn. What's the difference if you're not getting productivity out of the people? But so I said, I don't know. I guess you could get in there and find out what they're watching, because I said if you're working from home,
log their Twitter accounts.
Yeah, that's a huge one. Yeah.
Want to hello to Skip? I just want to point out Skip's comment though. He just says Skip is one who originally brought this up to me, and I just sent it to Angleton because I saw it today. We were talking about in Ash's Discord, and Skip says, just hope it leads to more than just that, and eventually the creators get protections. 100 years of being bent over while they break their backs and hands, just for corpse, core. Sorry, I said corpse. So no offends you, but
yeah, but
well, if you're ever bring up the Marine Corps, you're going to get into trouble. Trust me.
I would never say that. That's different.
By the way, Obama actually said Marine Corps one time.
But Skip's talking about creators.
But
this isn't a union of creators.
No.
As a matter of fact, the last thing they talk about, they want to say what creators can and cannot join based on the morality, based on what their what are they calling it over in China? Social credit.
Social credit system.
Yeah.
Social credit.
But Skip paid
Actually, number 7.
Things, he wouldn't be a Kings fan.
Ooh.
Right.
So I mean, I do wish this was more like what kind of skips it. Like, you know, there's all the stuff about how Ed Brubaker doesn't get paid anything for Winter Soldier.
Yeah, well, for that, I think we're all in agreement.
For that, yes, absolutely. Creators definitely need protections there. But then, we're just going down this list, and it looks like they don't really, not in so much words, they care about that. They want, you know, like you say, they want to have easier jobs working from home and not having to do as much, and gatekeep who can and can't contribute.
Now, let's see.
Yeah, that's actually why I felt like I find like point 0.5 like where because like not everyone can like work remotely. They want to like work in the office. And at six then I started like okay I started like the red flags were rising until 0.7 happened, which it gave off a kangaroo court vibe. But because like nobody wants that ever.
Okay, I heard the word kangaroo.
Kangaroo court.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like the first 4 they're fine, understandable. I mean, like for 3 and 4, it's a no-brainer. Like when you're running a business. But 5, 6, and 7 on the other hand, like it raises like red flags.
Yeah. Let's see. LK is suggesting creators create sort of a Screen Actors Guild. I wouldn't be against that. In all honesty, I'm in Florida. We're a a right to work state, so we don't have a lot of unions. Disney has a union. I've seen it work, and I've seen it work against. So I'm in a different boat because for me, I've never really lived with them. Even when I was projectionist, we don't have a union down here. So all these union guys that came and they taught me how to do everything, but they just seemed like, why the f am I doing all the work? You're just hanging around. You know, it's I don't know. So I've never exactly had a lot of experience with unions myself. The first 4 things, if they're not already happening at that company, I can see why they want those demands. The last few though, yeah, you got to kind of shut up about that. I'm sorry.
But my question is, what would having a screenwriters guild do for comic book writers? If they're working for Marvel, DC, and they have to sign it, and their contract says, if you create a character, you don't own it. It belongs to the company.
That's one of the things that I think they should all get together and change.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the reasons why instead of going to Marvel and DC with your awesome characters, you're going to Kickstarter and IGG. They're going to what's that called, Substack and all that kind of stuff.
I don't think they want to ever do that, because right now the ones that are in there, they have a sweet deal. They don't care. They're a little diva club. Gail Simone.
Have you noticed the severe lack of new characters? I mean, we get 1 or 2 occasionally, but most of the time you'll get your 15th Batman and your 16th Wolverine, or you'll get what was that? The character that you liked for a while, Star from Captain Marvel. It's Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
you're getting a lot of
the new Iron Fist. It's just a reskinning of Iron Fist.
So
but I'm saying right now they're happy because they're in control as far as who gets to work there and who doesn't. They're a little diva club. So they're comfortable with not creating new characters. They're comfortable. They're getting paid no matter what they write.
Yeah, I agree with Rhaegar. The term right to work is quite the interesting chestnut who guarantees the right to work. I've never understood why it was called that. If Robert seems to know a bit about unions, so by all means, if you know the reason for that. I put too much stock in unions. I've been in a union for 24 years, SEIU Local 6. I never see them unless they want something, says Joe. And that's what I started off with this. I said one thing that I know of, because there's not a lot of money in comics. We actually were told just a few, last year, the year before, how people are not getting paid. And now, granted, yeah, let's give them a raise. If, by the way, the comic books are doing as well as they say, and they're just hiding the figures from us. I want to see that figure without anime or the manga. I want to see it out. Let's put it in. I want to see how much American comics are actually selling.
Well, do you want to know how much American comics are actually selling? Wait till Image gives the counter proposal to them, and those figures will be sans Rega Telgemeier, sans manga. So,
yeah.
I mean, if they do form a Screen Actors Guild, or not Screen Actors, but a Writers Guild, unless they get big names on there, no one's gonna care.
That you're right. They will have to get the Todd McFarlane's and the Rob Liefelds and so forth on there. So, well, I guess he's not part of the company.
No, but I mean, like, your current writers that people like, Josh Williamson right now, he's hot right now. If they, Tinian left already. So, I mean, what are big names are left? Chip Zdarsky,
Cates, Marvel is still pretty big.
Matt Kent, Robert Venditti.
But I mean,
like, yep.
But I can just see them like, okay, they're gone. We'll just bring in other people, and who cares if the comics sell or not? As long as they get their agenda across. Because we know they're not making as much money as they could be right now. Marvel's only afloat because of freaking Disney.
True.
DC's
only because of Warner Brothers.
Yeah. Without the movies.
Without the movies and the video games, I mean, they
merch.
probably would have closed up shop by now.
Oh, yeah. By the way, Roberts is answering. Right to work is an anti-union slogan. We know where he stands. To reduce American workers' rights while pretending to expand on them, like forbidding mandatory union dues. Can you do it without the slant? That being said, the dues are why I'd never join the union, because I have seen and I've heard too many times what goes on in other unions. I'm sorry, you're not exactly spending it all the time on stuff that I would agree with or stuff that I would even want. So, yeah.
My dad worked for unions at the time were good. My dad worked for a union, and they decided, oh no, we're just gonna take your money, and they didn't get anything out in return. What happened is that drunks who were working at the factory, equipment, were being hired back on because they got fired while drunk at the job force, at the job, worked at the factory. Mm-hmm. And the union come in, well, you can't fire them. They're a good worker. My dad is a lead man. He's like, the dude's like, could he barely lift something right now because he's passed out sleeping on the floor. I mean, I don't say I'm not gonna say that all unions are bad. I'm not gonna say all unions are good. I'm just saying you can't generalize them because there are cases of good and bad.
Well, yeah, I know. Like I said, I've worked at Disney where the union has been good. It's been bad. So,
but
Robert's saying American comics sell about $1 billion, but how much of that is Image? Because that's what they're going after.
Yeah,
they want more money, but is there more money in Image's coffers to pay them the more money? I think that is something that you might have to work out with the creators.
Yeah.
You need a bigger chunk in order to pay more money. Then you need a bigger chunk.
And you might get a bigger chunk if you don't gatekeep people that can generate the income.
When did Warren Ellis ever write anything good, Eric? When?
When?
He is just a bundle of sexual harassment.
Look, you might have had an accurate statement there. I'm not an Ellis fan, but he has sold some books.
I mean, he did give us Castlevania for good seasons.
He did give us one of the best Netflix shows around. That is
American anime. And it's weird. It doesn't exist. No, it's American, and it's about art.
Hey, you know what he wrote that was really good?
Moon Knight.
A Ultra Force that has a special gold edition
that's worth $90.
That anybody that passes on a chance to own is really doing themselves a disservice.
Considering
get it for the writing alone.
Yep, get it. Considering that on eBay I could get $90 for it, but in the auction people passed it up for $20. Yeah,
that's right. So go get it for $90 on eBay.
That is the funny thing, because we were actually looking it up. I go, oh yeah, I wonder, because I put that gold book in the auction like 3 times, no takers, and so I figured, well, what's this going for on eBay? And I shared the screen with Eric and VENKMAN, and this isn't a matter of people are putting it on eBay for it. People are getting that much money. I was like, oh crap, this is a $100 book I had for $20 over here. So that was kind of fun. Let's see, favorite union, the Union of the Snake. The Union of the Snake is, yeah, I know that one. I like, I actually am a Duran Duran fan. Yeah. That was something I had to come to grips with. Hard. What'd you say, Dominic?
I don't know, but
no, I said that's a good song from Duran Duran. I agree.
Yeah.
Ian, when you get a view to kill, take it.
The thing is, when I was in the 80s, I was very much, yes, long hair, headbanger kind of guy. Oh, Duran Duran sucks. And then I'm driving down the road, and her name is Rio, and I'm like, yeah, I want to get their greatest hits. I know.
Oh my gosh, Zach,
were you
he was Star-Lord with the jean jacket.
You were driving down the road.
Yes, I was.
He is old man Star-Lord.
I mean, in a brief tangent, like the Guardians of the Galaxy video game is fun. And it's based more on the comics than the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Although I will say like with Drax, they based him more on his MCU counterpart than his original comic book counterpart, because they refer to him as an alien, like MCU counterpart. Than
you mean so the video game has Martin X and Charlie 27 and.
No, but they do have a more comic book looking Yondu, and they do have another character, but I don't want to spoil it for people that haven't played it or beaten it.
I'll just say this.
But do you remember seeing Moondragon's like criminal file in the Nova Corps?
Mm-hmm. I will say this though, for those who are fans of Tron, he has a Tron poster in his bedroom.
Yeah, and also there's a Dazzler poster.
There's the Dazzler poster. Yeah, that was cool.
Okay, so I wanted to point out a little bit. One of the things, number 9 on their goals, was they want to be able to vote in and out the creators they disagree with. If they don't like them. Now, granted, look, if somebody's sexually assaulting somebody in the office, they need to be fired. I'm not saying anything about that. What I was saying about the stuff that I was talking about, the things that have got redefined into nothingness. Where, oh, I disagree with you're Nazi. And then, we've all experienced that here. If you've been here for a while, I've had people calling me that, racist, all sorts of stuff, because I insist on minority characters having their own names. That apparently is racist. So occasionally we've experienced this. But as I said, they will turn on their own at the drop of a hat. It's just what they are.
Especially when like a couple of their own members like question like what they've been doing and pointing out the inconsistencies with their logic.
So it turns out that there is a okay, hold on, let me get to it again. There is a writer for She-Hulk.
The show or the comic?
The comic. Marvel Draws Fire hires controversial writer. See, right here, go yourself, because that is so. I get it. People want a word there. They want a descriptive word. But do you know that you're slanting your article as soon as you put that word in there?
Yeah. Yeah, because if you do that, then you're already showing bias.
So they announced a new She-Hulk series attempting to capitalize on the new attention that she's received because of the TV show. Some fans are less than enthusiastic about choosing Rainbow Rowell to write the new series. Rainbow Rowell has previously been criticized for using offensive language to describe Asian Americans in her 2012 young adult fiction novel, Eleanor and Park. The description of the novel from Rainbow Rowell's website reads, said over, okay, what did she say, though? What makes Eleanor Douglas and Park Sheridan star-crossed romance is the Park is biracial with a Korean mother and a Caucasian father. However, some descriptions of the Park the park or of park? Come on, get your freaking editor working. Park is described as having almondy eyes, being small and feminine looking. He also has stereotypical interests like taekwondo and math. Okay, go. You know what? Shut up. Shut it. Just shut up. Shut up. You're not going to go 15 rounds with anybody who's read an Iron Fist comic saying how racist it is that a white guy knows kung fu, and then call it, oh, it's racially stereotypical to have a Korean guy that likes taekwondo. Go yourself.
That's not what they're mad at. It's because the person that made those descriptions don't look like them.
No, they're white. She's got almond-shaped eyes too.
Well, I mean, seriously, without saying that, that's exactly what they're saying.
Jesus, Lord in heaven, the freaking balls on these people. You know what? This is why I was talking to Gil, and I'll say it again. This is why I've decided to stop it. I am no longer using their language. I'm no longer giving the benefit of the doubt. I'm done with this crap. Damn.
And again, though, I have very little sympathy for Marvel because this is the audience you wanted. This is what you threw away the 6 of us for.
Yep.
So, marinate in it.
We, at the very least, we would give them the benefit of the doubt at a time. I mean, we might have turned on them pretty damn quick like we did with Vita Ayala. But the thing is, if Vita Ayala writes Jenny Hex the way that Mags Visaggio will go, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Vita Ayala wrote a good book. We would give that kind of praise. If they do something good, we're willing to do that. This is amazing.
This She-Hulk is for anybody that's actually going to buy this, you'll be lucky if it's as good as Mariko Tamaki's.
Well, I think most people are going to buy it for the cover until they realize, oh my gosh, she's still Hulk in the interior.
No, she won't. But it's that same
emotions.
Hold on, guys. Let Eric finish his thought here.
It's I've seen some of the interiors. It's that same is a combination of scratchy Tumblr art and the kind of art you get when you don't pay the Steve McNivens anymore.
Does she look like this though? That's my question.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you
a watered down version. She's not going to be Hulk in a wig.
Okay, that's good.
This right here is not a comic book cover. I'll tell you what that is.
It's a variant.
As soon as I say it, you're gonna go, oh my gosh, yeah. No, what that is? That's a thumbnail. Look at it. That is a thumbnail. That's not a comic book cover.
Oh.
That's probably the Virgin cover.
Okay. The $9.99 one.
Right. So it goes on to say Eleanor Park currently has a film adaptation in the works, blah, 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 yada, yada. There have been no complaints about her characterization of Nika Minoru, the Japanese-American Wiccan, who is the team's resident magic user. However, fans are not ready to give Rowell a pass just yet and have taken to Twitter to share their feelings. Alrighty. I'm wanting to read something. Look, saying an Asian person has almond eyes is not exactly an insult. Let's see. It's not new, but the writer of Runaways, Rainbow Rowell, is a notorious racist who simultaneously fetishizes and completely degrades her Asian characters in her books. Eleanor and Park through Oriental racism, but white gays love ignoring this because she made Denoru canon. I don't even know what that means.
Basically, she turned Nico Minoru into a lesbian.
Nico and the other girl. That's probably a combination. Dean, Carolina Dean.
Carolina Dean. Yeah. Even though like in the previous Runaways run when Nico found out Carolina was a lesbian, she found out generally by letting her know that she doesn't think that way, and they've been close friends ever since until Rainbow came around and changed that. And I've read Runaways 1. It's not bad, but
okay, you're roboting, dude.
You're also too close to your microphone.
You're roboting, man. Like it was okay for a little bit, but then it went off the rails. I don't know what's going on tonight. If I'm pausing and everything, but
I want to. No, you're not really pausing. It's just your camera pauses. That's it. We get to see it longer. That's all.
Okay, well that's
how many checks?
When?
I'm not looking at him. You are. He's blocked by the live thing for me.
Same here. Winner, chicken dinner.
I want to point out that on my Jack saying this is the current artist for the Doing Hellions right now, so that's what kind of art they expect for the interior.
Okay. Let's see. So it's a cover gimmick. What else is new? Hey, you're right. I was just calling it out. That is not a comic book cover. That was a thumbnail. Let's see. Marani said, I'm willing to give this writer a chance. Remember when people were dissing Tamaki's detective before she wrote it? Yeah, I was one of them. And I was also one of them that said, oh, wow, she actually is doing a good job.
Everything you said was a YA novel, though.
Okay, yeah, everybody talked at the same time. What were you saying, Zach?
I was saying, well, it's like you just said. You know, if a creator does well, we're willing to praise if they do the job well.
Exactly.
So
What were you saying, Eric? What were you saying, Eric?
I thought you wanted us all to talk at the same time. I thought that's why you had us all on.
I know, right?
Well, no,
I said she is a YA writer through and through. Yeah, okay. Runaways comes off as a YA novel, in comic book form. That's what she was before that. There's little reason to expect that this She-Hulk won't also be geared towards a YA audience. So the things that make She-Hulk what we liked, I don't see us getting that either. But again, the audience that they want probably doesn't want that version of her anyway. So it's just, again,
yeah. So also, as I was saying, like, before the roboting happened, I read Rainbow Rowell. Runaways run. It's not the best. It's not the best run of the team, but it's not the worst either. Like, there are some things I enjoyed, others not so much. But so if she could pull a Tamaki, then we can praise her. But until then, we just need to wait and see what happens. Speaking of which, I still need to read Tamaki's Detective Comics run.
Can I say something real quick to Eric?
Okay, Venkman, and then I'm gonna continue.
Eric, you lied to me about Tamaki being food in her books. I haven't seen any food in Detective.
He didn't mean actual food where you turn the pages, it drops out. There's a snack.
Well, I mean, I would like that too, but I mean, then again, I like how old this book's been sitting there. It's just.
It does go on to say some fans are already giving a hard pass on the new series, which will follow Bruce Banner, the Hulk, She-Hulk. It'll follow She-Hulk. Jesus Lord in heaven, did you have a word count that you had to get into? Get this. This is a sentence to you. Some fans are already giving a hard pass on the new series, which will follow Bruce Banner, the Hulk's cousin, Jennifer Walter, She-Hulk. That's the She-Hulk. Or at least Jennifer Walter She-Hulk, you freaking... I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 78, 79.
That's a trick they used to do in college. If you had to have so many words in your report, that's what that is right there. Jennifer got her... Okay, blah, 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 yada, yada. Yeah, I'm absolutely convinced that's the point right now. So, because the rest of it has nothing to do with the article, they always add on that at the end. Like, oh, and there's a certain amount of words, and I've got to put this in. Yay! Oy vey. You know what? I'm just elevated. I'm elevated right now. All I'm saying is don't take the race car into the red.
Have a Snickers bar, E.
Oh, you know what?
Some leftover from yesterday.
Thanks for fucking reminding me. I spent $30 on candy and got 6 kids. 2 times our door got knocked on last night for 6 kids. All I was told is go get candy. Go get candy. Make sure you get candy. Oh, all the kids are going to come. You got to get candy. $30.
So what you're saying is everybody's boxes they're getting from the auction are going to have extra candies.
All I'm saying is maybe I'm wired because too much chocolate.
What I'm saying is there are 6 kids in need of psychotherapy.
Now that is worthy. That is worthy.
Oh, wait.
My niece has actually scored one of those giant chocolate bars, Hershey bars. Mm-hmm. Every year we always look to see what if anybody drops it on the ground. We bring it home, and then we always look to see if there's any pinholes in the chocolate bar. They don't know if it's safe or not. But they got like one of those giant Hershey bars.
Yeah. I went out and got 3 big bags of Reese's cups, but I knew I wasn't going to get any trick-or-treaters.
Well, I definitely had that plan. I did say, well, just in case there aren't trick-or-treaters, Gail's going through menopause right now. She's the age. So I need at least one big bag of pure plain Hershey's chocolate. So I put that in there. I was like, I like Almond Joys. So if I'm going to get stuck with candy, I'm getting some Almond Joys.
There was a lady walked up. She's like, none of the kids want the Almond Joys. Here, you guys can have this. I'm like,
yeah,
thanks.
that's actually what I did.
Score.
Because Carol, my mother-in-law, she's downstairs. She was opening the door and everything. I told her,
Poor
okay,
kids.
So here's the thing. Yes. So here's the thing. You're gonna go through the Reese's Cups first, and here you have some of the Mounds, the bag of Almond Joy, and the bag of Hershey's. Those are last resorts. And she goes, "Why?" Because I like them. That's it. I spent the $30 on candy. I bought $30 of candy and had 50+ children at Halloween. See, now that's something. I thought this neighborhood is beautiful. Kids are walking up everywhere. There's. I mean, this is a really nice neighborhood, and it's a nice poor guy's neighborhood. It's how I grew up, and I kind of liked it. And except for one thing, is a homeowners association, and why would anybody be dumb enough to sign a paper for them? Because our landlord is getting shit about this awesome tree in the front yard. This tree keeps the living room cool, and when you walk from the house to the car to the house in a rainy day, you don't get wet. I love it. So what if I've got leaves on the freaking yard? That's how I grew up. I don't give a freaking. But
wait, is that the complaint about the leaves?
The
fall?
Yeah, the leaves.
Are you freaking kidding me?
We get some on certain trees, but for the most part, Florida trees.
I can only think that the people who want the homeowners association are the people who are coming from where I live, move down there, and like, you know what? We want someone to take care of everything for us. We don't want to have any leaves on the ground, a clutter. We like the people who have the the vacuum on the back of their riders, so they don't have any grass clippings on their grass. The people who are anal attentive, when it comes to like everything is look nice. Those are the people that's just like they can go into Florida by you.
Oh goodness. Let's see. My parents had so many kids this year in Arkansas. They handed dollar bills to less dozen kids.
God, when I read that first, my eyes hadn't focused. I thought he said they handed $100 bills.
I had it when I was looking, because when I went to buy candy, it was on Halloween, and I went into the Walmart and the shelves were bare, and I'm like, do I want to go to CVS? I don't. I'm lazy. I want to go there. I'm going to get myself some freaking chicken wings from their little deli because they're all right for $6. And I'm thinking I just want to hurry. I went to the regular candy section. That's one of the reasons why it costs more. So Almighty Jack is bringing up, he doesn't like their new image advertising. It's called Generation Image. Isn't that Pepsi? Pepsi for a new generation. It's the same thing. Image. For a new generation. Next, they're gonna.
I mean, you're not exactly wrong.
People feeling free. Join the image. No, just me. You young mother. Okay. All right, Derek, you know that one, right?
Boy, you are cranky tonight.
I know, right?
I mean, I think he's so upset they got rid of Pepsi Clear.
Oh. No, actually, I didn't. Okay, hold on. I got to tell you something, because you said I don't follow through on a lot of stuff. I get that. Okay, you're right. One thing I have followed through on is Coke said I was too white to buy their product. I haven't bought one since.
Same.
I haven't bought one since. So I actually never drank Pepsi until this year. I never did. I'm a Coke guy, man. Up, down, left, right, maybe cinnamon Coke during Christmas time will get me back. But if Pepsi has cinnamon Pepsi, go.
You should try the new flavors on now. You should try the black cherry Pepsi. There's also green.
Oh, it's so good. It is.
I haven't had the black cherry.
I popped that open. I'm like, oh my gosh, it smells like a rose pet. Oh my, that is so. Oh.
He's like,
I got hooked on the mango one.
No.
Yeah, it was really good. They had that and another kind that I thought was all right. But yes, that black cherry Pepsi was really good.
I saw that even Black Cat, you're talking about NTAs. Is that be the new thing now for comic books? You can't take it home, but you can put your name on it saying you own that book.
Yep. Homeowners associations are fascist. Why? Why would you sign something like? I hear, oh well, because that keeps your neighbor from painting his house purple. I know of one purple house in the entire state of Florida. One, and you know what I think? That's awesome. I'm sorry, but look, if you're going to spend $100,000 on something or $250, $1 million on something, I think you should have the right to paint a whatever you, so long as it's not something like a big old dick on the garage or something like that. Go right on ahead. You know, if you want to paint your house in freaking circus tent stripes, have at it. You know what? You'll be able, your house will be easier to find because it'll be like, yeah, I'm by the jackass with the circus tent stripes.
There was a guy who he painted his house purple, and he had it for like the past like 30, 40 years. Finally, the city said, because somebody complained, sir, you need to repaint your house. It's not up to the color code of the surrounding houses. You're bringing down the value. Even though he did everything else looks fine, perfectly, his house, he even had nicer, fresh paint on his house than some of these other houses that look like they're beat up.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think maybe it is. I've had too much sugar. Here's the thing.
Enough. Keep going.
I want to talk something. Almighty Jack is saying the whole advertisement only has the creators of Frontiersmen. I haven't done a review of that, but holy, they did the freaking Lorax. They're writing the goddamn Lorax in comic book form. This big burly guy. I know I've got it somewhere around here, but this big burly guy with an axe. I kid you not, it's the motherfucking Lorax story. That's all it is. I kid you not. These kids come in. We need someone to speak for the trees.
Yeah.
Oh, I speak for the trees.
I read that.
Holy freaking crap. I can't believe. Like, it was one thing when I was reading Tom King's Supergirl. I'm like, this is freaking True Grit. And it is. Read it. It's freaking True Grit. This guy's like, you know what? I'll one up you. I'm going to make a comic book. It's going to be the Lorax.
To be fair, Kelly Thompson did write the Long Kiss Goodbye for Black Widow.
Why?
But
that doesn't help the argument. Yeah. All the comic books are just based.
I know.
On
I know. You know.
I'm sitting here. Okay, for a year now, I've been wanting to get it perfect because I don't want to do the thing where it's like a year into it and I'm still going, hold on, script's almost finished. But I've been racking my brain about what would be the perfect story for a just some guy England teen book. And all I got to do is look at I could write Lethal Weapon. Okay. You know, I'm just going to do Lethal Weapon. It's a goddamn.
Wait, you've got to reverse it though, because you've got to be Donald Glover, because you got to be saying, I'm too old for this.
No.
No, that'll get me sued. So I'm going to have to. No. You're too young for this.
Since the two guys in this movie are dead anyway, just do the Richard Pryor and
Silver Streak.
Silver Streak, yeah.
That's
Zach.
it, yes.
Zach.
Yeah.
Danny Glover, you 10-year-old.
Danny Glover,
What
not Donald.
did he say?
I think I said Donald Glover.
Donald Glover.
Guy from Community.
I didn't even catch it. I'm so freaking jazzed right
Different
now.
Glover.
So, but before you get on your next rant,
you got 5 seconds. 5 seconds.
Okay. Cinnamon Coke, is that real?
It is real.
It's
gross.
Delicious.
Do they make
awesome.
Cinnamon Coke Zero by any chance?
That's right. You're still drinking the Coke Zeros.
When you unfreeze, get on that for me.
I'm not unfreezing. Why would you even want that? No, I don't know. Actually, they do. I did see that. Yes.
I'm Googling it right now.
Is zero.
They do. They have Coke Zero Sugar Cinnamon. Zero Sugar Cinnamon.
The Lorax movie,
Really?
that was like hashtag Me Too happening to your eyes.
Oh,
Yeah, I do like the Dr. Seuss cartoon that was produced in the 60s. I grew up on that, loved the Lorax. That movie came out when Danny DeVito. I even heard, Danny DeVito's voicing the Lorax? That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Let's see this. All of a sudden, I'm like Clockwork Orange. Yeah, it's horrible stuff.
Even Donald Glover is too old for this.
My goodness gracious. I don't know what's going on with the I don't know what's going on with the camera today. And
it's a Florida thing. Rob's had it. Puppeteen's had it.
It's cold in Florida now, isn't it? Maybe that's it.
It did drop to 80 today. So it's
It's because the rat's taking all your data.
It's getting down there, and the nipples poked up. It was really something. RDV, after looking at the latest Spider-Man, you cannot convince me Kelly Thompson is writing Black Widow. Someone else is at least good.
Even the first issue was bad because the fact that for 19 issues, guess what? Peter's in a coma because of radiation poisoning. The dude has radioactive blood. Give me a break.
And
then
could be immune to this stuff.
It's a clone saga all over again without the clones. They just want to have Ben Reilly as Spider-Man for 19 issues.
Yeah, but all the Marvel events now, they're all just rehashing old events.
Well, of course. I'm waiting for
even though like the old events, they're 10 times better than the current events that we're getting from Marvel.
Maybe if I close out some of these 100 windows I've got open.
That could be your
all the Asian, stuff. Okay.
Are any of those the world outside your window?
No,
maybe
that over at Gay Bar.
Maybe I should stop it with the free porn, so that might be going on also.
Well, I mean, that scares me because if Marvel's doing we're going to rehash all our events, we're going to get Infinite Crisis Part 2, Final Crisis.
DC. Yeah, he might not like that.
If VENKMAN, don't give DC any ideas.
Dude, they already have ideas, and why would they listen to this channel? Wait. I take it back. They did listen to him. Every time he praises something, they're like, "Screw that guy. We're getting rid of Hawkman. Getting rid of all the books you like." So
yeah, I mean, we kind of see that happen when people were praising like James Durgan's Action Comics and Peter J. Tomasi's Superman during DC Rebirth, and they gave us Bendis.
Let's see.
We are owed Bendis for having such good books.
PC isn't just politically correct; it's also a place for some comics. Yep.
Yeah. It's like Bendis is like Ragnarok. You have such a good thing, and then here comes the giant serpent to destroy everything.
Well, thanks Almighty Jack. Let's see. In a disguise of saying it's 6 degrees where he is. Joe's asking me how I could stand it. It's November and it's 80. Do you know how I can stand it? In shorts and flip flops. That's how I could. Not flip flops, but sandals. Yeah, we'll get our week of winter. It'll drop around.
I mean, it's 39 and it feels like 35 because of the wind, but
it was 55 over here this morning.
Yeah, that's just way too cold.
Yeah, 30 above the zero.
6 degrees is way too freaking cold. It's I can't.
What part are you in Canada?
It's 40 degrees here, and I love it, says Almighty Jack. And I think it got down to in the 70s, like low 70s, maybe high 60s, a couple of days. That was all right. Yeah, I like that. We're going to SeaWorld tomorrow because the weather has been around that, and we're looking forward to being out there. I haven't been in so long. Yes, that's our plan. I'm looking forward to it. I was actually thinking I was going to film some intros for some comic videos. I thought, you know what might actually be cool? Doing comic book origins of the animal characters. Actually, like do an intro for King Shark in the Shark Encounter. The orca. What's that female? The whale character from DC.
Orca.
Yeah, orca in front of the Shamu cage. There's all sorts of stuff there.
You got dolphin.
Cool.
I do have a serious question though. If any of the trainers ever tried to get you back into the water?
That's why the beluga exhibit is always
that's 2, by the way. 1 point for Evil Black Cat, 1 point for VENKMAN. Like I said, guys, you can't really insult me, so please be funny. Okay. That was awesome.
VENKMAN, I'm going to the ER tomorrow to finally deal with this heart issue, and you almost made me have to go tonight.
I mean, it's better to go earlier so you can get done faster, right?
It's true.
That was awesome, by the way. I appreciate stuff like that, man. Seriously.
It was a serious question.
I was thinking something like that too. Like when you started saying SeaWorld, I was like, oh, Shamu's gonna wonder what's it.
Okay. I need a fat joke. God dang it.
It's like
into it. Oh man.
Okay. Don't say a thing more.
Yeah, VENKMAN, you should drop out right now. Seriously. It nothing.
It's like trying to get a 28th out in a perfect game. You need not say anymore.
Yeah.
On that subject.
Right. Anyway,
even
Evil Black Cat turned his mic off because I can't beat that.
I just want to say
I made this joke earlier once.
I owe you $20, okay?
Sure.
Use
my writer.
Free Willy theme song to open the videos.
Yeah.
Actually, if I can get my wife to film the opening, because there is one place at the Shamu tank, because it's basically a big show area. But there's this one place that has the where you can actually go and observe the whales while the show's not on. It's really cool. And a lot of times they'll come up to the glass and mess around with the little ones and all that kind of stuff. I think they're going, I'm gonna eat that one. That one's mine. You want this one? I'm getting this one. This is the one I'm gonna eat. But I think it would kind of be funny for me to start and just have me go, no, Gail, over here, because she's focused on the whale. I don't know. Okay, it's a dad joke. Fuck you. Okay, we can't be RDB. All right.
Can you repeat again so I can pretend I laughed?
All right. What did Jaws say to the Fat Man and Jake and the Fat Man? I thought you were on my new menu. What? What did Jaws say? Okay, so
how the hell does Tehillim know what Jake and the Fat Man was?
I know, right? Isn't he like 15? I don't know.
Well, I don't know. So I would like to think that Australia would import better shows than that.
Is that a Nickelodeon show?
No, it was William Conrad post canon when he was even bigger.
Oh, I remember Head of the Class. That's about it.
Spoiler: he did not play Jake.
Oh.
Okay, now they're running out of things to announce. I just looked on Twitter. MCU The Direct. Actor Jorge Lindeborg Jr., who played the student news host Jason Linello in Spider-Man Homecoming and Far From Home, has confirmed his return to No Way Home. Fucking cares.
Oh, hey, that one kid that had 2 lines, he's going to be back.
Yeah, that background player is going to be... who cares?
Zach Richmond, who attended Spider-Man Homecoming, it will return in Spider-Man, whatever the hell the new one's called, as an attendee.
Well, sadly, this is the last one.
You think?
I think so.
We'll see. I don't know. I think if it does well, they'll try to keep Holland on for another 1 or 2. They might rewrite his contract. Look, they're going to rewrite his contract like they rewrote Chris Evans and them, where like the last Avengers movie gets split into 2 parts. It'll be something like that.
I know they were trying to get 3. They want to have 3 more movies, but I don't think Tom Holland will go for it.
We'll see. He does like playing Spider-Man, from what I can tell.
Yeah, but if Uncharted, for some reason, I say for whatever reason, I don't think it will. It's a video game movie here. If they could do 3 movies of that.
Video game movies have been kind of hot recently. Sonic the Hedgehog was good. Detective Pikachu was good. I'm really looking forward to the new Resident Evil. That one kind of
so am I. It actually looks like it's going to follow the game, so why not?
I say Sony should say, screw this. You can keep Tom Holland. We're going to bring in Miles and just use all the villains.
Okay, so ComputerBot says, men in the chat, I got a question for you. If your wife or girlfriend Okay, so if your wife or girlfriend emasculates you on public television and SM, would you guys, social media, would you guys drop her like a hot potato and let her keep your last name after the divorce? Go on ahead.
I was going to say, is it intentional or like,
Yeah, that's definitely a question there. No.
Like, did she say something stupid or is it on purpose?
Because it might just be her announcing she wants a divorce.
Joke's on her. I'm not even married to her.
When I was beating shit out of him the other day, because one more time he didn't put the cap on the Coke bottle. Yeah, or is it one of those things where, like, my gosh, if that guy cannot get it up, like how? What is the insult? Because I don't know.
Yeah, as like,
yeah,
my boyfriend, and definitely he's one of those guys who falls asleep in bed first.
It's kind of like putting a needle through a keyhole. Or noodle through a keyhole is what I tried to say. All right,
a needle.
Noodle. Yep. Spider-Man will be an Asian guy, Orthodox Jew with liquid gender identity. It'll be fun. Yeah, that'll be the next reboot, I'm sure.
How do you know it's intentional? I mean, if you're watching something like celebrities on all, I wouldn't be surprised if half that shit is staged.
If it was intentional, if it was okay, I'm apparently having a stroke.
Continue, we can laugh.
That's not toast you're smelling.
I smell corn chips right now. It could just be my feet, but if it was intentional, I think there would definitely have to be words. Evil Black Cat's going Gale was justified. Most times, yeah.
I was waiting for that joke, so I was gonna say it.
Yeah. I have to admit that a lot of the time she's ever insulted me. But Gail's got a temper on her. So sometimes I think she's gone off without proper cause.
I mean, it's nice to know that she's a PETA person. She rescued you from the tank.
So Venkman's got to go, guys. By the way, Venkman, I wouldn't marry a PETA person. Come on. Anyway, but
yeah, I'd spend too much time dipping them in hummus.
There you go. That was just bad. That was a dad joke there, dude.
I'll take it.
Yeah. So what else is going on? I don't think anything else is going on.
Gail's turning into a hurricane. Only when she gets angry at him.
Well, you know what? I shouldn't talk about it.
But you will.
My wife is gorgeous, and she is absolutely perfect.
That's the right answer.
Yeah, that
ain't making up for everything
and
else you've said.
She's expert at throwing knives. I'm just amazed by how her accuracy.
Oh no, but man, she can hit you with a plate from 10,000 yards. I'll tell you that much.
Called it.
Yeah, she's done that to me. Like she's been mad enough when we were fighting each other. This is
Eve. Look at my comment.
Plate, so I'm sorry.
Plate throwing stork. This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Okay. So anyway, yes.
Well, you're going to need to reload the way these guys are unloading.
I know. Do I really only have 2 stories? No, but okay. So you know what? It's more than that, because when we were fighting each other, she would basically throw whatever was in her hands. One time she hit me with a big gulp. That's like in a grenade too, because that hits in the chest and it kind of goes up
hit with
and
your
then
own
out.
testicles.
Say again.
So what's it like being hit with your own testicles?
Oh no! Well, when we were fighting, it couldn't do it. Now I'm older; I can use them as a blanket, so it's a lot different. I don't know. Let's see. Marvel's doing another Wolverine event. You know what? They don't even care about the events they got out now, so I don't even.
That's true.
You know. I actually was talking about. I think I made a joke. Things that Marvel doesn't want you to know about, and it was stuff like it was like the 3 events that are going on right now. And it's true. They're doing so many events. They don't really talk about it.
Oh yeah, the Daredevil event coming up soon. Well, that one.
Hold on. Oh, wait. Gail? No. Okay. I thought I heard a door open.
Oh crap! She's in the chat.
No, but her niece might be. So, yeah, her niece might be. So, Raven, are you there? No.
Well, you can't tell unless they make a comment. So.
I know, right? Yeah.
I record all Uncle E stuff.
Raven is Gail's sister's daughter. So if she's got this on and anything's going, and her sister hears it, it's like tick 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 tick.
Well, her mom hears it too.
Oh my gosh, you got it. Yeah. No, actually,
it's on the TV in the living room.
I was talking to my niece because I'm taking Wednesdays and Thursdays off to actually have a couple of days with Gail. Those are our days off. But I've been talking to Raven about them doing an anime or manga show on either Wednesday, Thursday, or both. It's up to them. I'm willing to give them the give them the mic and the StreamYard code so they can post. I know some of you guys are anime and manga fans, so if that happens, I'm fingers crossed they're going to be able to do it. I'll also want to talk to Ashley and Elizabeth about joining her, seeing if it'll work out. The only problem is if Ashley comes on, I gotta tell her she has to watch the language. She cusses a lot, man.
I mean, but if the views go up, though, if the views go up because she swears,
yeah, it's almost like, is it justified?
No, because it works against it. If you have too much swearing, they demonetize. So you can go up all that you want, and it's just
gotcha.
Something. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I stopped kind of doing the political thing on the other channel there. But one thing that kind of bothered me, I saw this maybe even a month ago. Tim Pool put out a tweet, and it was about it was like, if you're against the way sports are going, like it with, I guess, transgender going with this sports, if you're letting your daughters play, then you don't really believe in your beliefs and all that kind of stuff. I forgot what the exact thing, but Tim Pool is on YouTube and refuses to talk about certain things because YouTube might demonetize or pull the video. The freaking hell's he got to talk about somebody else, about compromising your beliefs to do something your kid might find fun or you might find fun, if he's doing exactly the same goddamn thing? What you said made me think about that.
He probably doesn't have Crowder money.
Well, he's rich. He's admitted to it. He actually bought himself a compound in upstate New York. It's Maryland. So he's got money. But what he's saying is, if you say that you're against something, but you let your child do it because they want to, then you're not really against it. And I'm like, God, you do this. So you say you're for free speech. So if you don't talk about the COVID, or if you don't talk about the things that YouTube might get you demonetized, then you're doing the same thing. You, according to his value, he is not for free speech. Okay, I got off my soapbox. There you go. Bill Murray.
What brand do you use?
Ant-Man. I heard about that.
I'm actually really excited about that because Ant-Man is one of the few MCU movies I'm still looking forward to, and so now I know Bill Murray's going to pop up in it. It's kind of exciting.
Oh, and then there was that. I guess, yeah, you just reminded me. What's his name? Indian McIndian guy. He actually went after the fans of Marvel.
Yeah, because it was like the tweet he deleted, right? Like,
yeah,
we're upsetting the right people.
I guess we're pissing off the right people. Yeah.
Well, based on the reviews and the early projections, they're pissing off all the people.
Yeah, this isn't a. I've heard people. Why are they review bombing? No, everybody hates this movie.
It's just the critics that have their reviews up right now, though, isn't it? Like,
and it's down to it's only critics, and it's like the last 53. Time I saw it was 50 something. Yeah.
Well, which as if you're an MCU fan, that might give you reason for optimism, because I said the critics might be upset because it's not. Yeah, like I said, all we knew about the movie for a year were two dudes kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they were.
That's all I've heard about it.
Yeah, maybe the critics are mad because that wasn't a 2-hour kiss and the whole movie.
They want broke back Eternals.
That's true. Somebody brought that up. It's like, because normally when the critics hate something, it's normally good for the audience.
In 2021, that's a good chance.
Yeah.
So yeah, based on what you just said there, guy in the middle bottom row who's got a name. Hold on, Zach.
What's his last name though?
That's his name. It's Richards, like it's always been.
Is it?
But anyway, based on what Merry Christmas said, it's there you go, exactly.
Spell it out, yes.
I was right. But no, based on what you're saying, you're right. This actually might be a decent movie because all of the woke critics are saying it's horrible. So they usually get it wrong, so why not? Not this time. All the negative reviews have been, it's great to see all these different people, etc., but the story is boring and even acting isn't good. I think it's going to stink. Fingers crossed, but in all honesty, with the Eternals, I didn't have a lot of hope going in.
That's true.
I just didn't. And then I heard it was going to be given to that the Asian chick who did the I'm going to drive around and shit in a bucket movie.
Yeah, Chloe Zhao.
Yeah, they gave it to like a really artsy, like an Oscar-winning director, which I don't think fits the tone of the MCU movies too well.
The trailers to me are boring, and also the fact that Thanos is half deviant, and they go against deviants, and they just sat by and did nothing. I mean, they waited this long to establish them. They should have been established a long time ago at the end of this movie instead of waiting.
I saw an article the other day, actually, it was this opinion piece, like, the Eternals could have a trilogy, but it really doesn't need one. Like, they're almost trying to justify, like, they're getting ready, like, they're getting ready for it.
It's, and Rhaegar's right. And this is one of the things that on this channel I speak to a lot. It started off with the premise of being diverse. It didn't start off with a story. They didn't say we found a way to tell a good story with the Eternals. They decided that this was going to be their diverse cast. Like there wasn't anybody who was black or Asian or anywhere near the MCU before. That this time, okay, we're going to have a diverse cast. They didn't go in with the story first. And my guess is that somebody popped off a script pretty quickly. I mean, and if you're writing a bad script, and by that I mean like if a bad script won't carry anybody. Yeah, you can have a decent enough actor try to elevate it, but a bad script can destroy a production. And if that's the case, once again, I haven't seen it. Fingers crossed that I like it. Just, I don't expect it. I don't expect to be liking this movie at all. I'm hoping, though.
You know what's funny? Marvel actually does have a movie with an incredibly diverse cast, and it sold like gangbusters. Guardians of the Galaxy is an incredibly diverse cast, but they didn't market it or push it that way.
I mean, you got Talking Raccoon. What do you want?
Well, okay, I'm not talking about the
Asian actress,
the Asian actress, the African American Latina actress, the one white guy.
It's diverse. You got animals in there too.
Okay,
and trees.
Who, by the way, is I think he's Samoan, and in a raccoon. Yeah. So there you go. Even the tree is something. So
yeah.
Yeah, you're right. There's only one. The only white,
but it was
guy
pushed like story first. Like it was like okay, wild cosmic stuff, but it's also an incredibly diverse cast. But they didn't. That wasn't the first thing. You didn't hear James Gunn say that or Kevin Feige say that every time we talked about it.
No.
And here's something. An Undead Quinn is bringing something up that I really do believe they missed the chance because they didn't go Kirby style. When we saw Thor Ragnarok. Or at least when I saw Thor Ragnarok, I got excited because there were Kirby designs in it. And I look at these muted colors and I look at this dull-looking world. I'm not excited for the Eternals, and I'm the easiest shill for superhero movies. I really am. I love superhero movies by default. You've got to work down from there. You really do. You have to. Shang-Chi worked me to. It was all right. It was good. I want to see it again. I'm going to give it another day in court to see if I like it a little bit better or if I'm going to keep my. It was all right. But you really do have to. You started a high bar with me. I love it. I liked the fact that they made a Captain Marvel movie. I really do. But yeah, well, okay, so the lead actress is kind of a bitch and she's unlikable. Okay, so I see this one. The previews really aren't doing it for me. Ooh, just saw the movie. Wow, did that to me? I've heard people say this, and you're full of shit. I'm going to tell you straight up. If you've ever written this, even if you've been watching my channel forever and ever, and I don't want you to leave, if you ever wrote this, you're full of shit. Eternals. Marvel finally made a bad movie. Yeah. Captain Marvel was just a few years ago. You're full of shit if you think this is the one. That's not the hill to die on, kids.
I'm just glad that Carol is the first Captain Marvel in the MCU. There is no other before that.
Yeah, I'm still bitter on what that movie did to Marvel, and also to Monica Rambeau.
Yeah. I liked seeing her in the Scarlet Witch TV show. That was fun.
Yeah,
was
fun. But beyond that, is she gonna be anything else? So apparently
she'll be
in
the
right?
second Captain Marvel.
When is that? Like 2024?
Yeah, the Marvels. Because they can't, they're not relying on her to carry the movies. They have to call it the Marvels.
Honestly, though, as much as I am so not jazzed for Eternals, which I'll see it this Thursday. I'm going to see it as early as I can, sure.
Glenzer, I hated Iron Man 3 too.
But for as much as I'm not looking forward to the Eternals, I am so jazzed for Spider-Man. That has just looked fun. I am looking forward to that, man. Seriously.
If you want to watch a better Iron Man 3, watch Lethal Weapon 2.
I'm one of the only people I know that love the Iron Man 3 movie.
I like Iron Man 3.
Maranya likes it.
Yeah, me and Maranya and Zach.
It has the real Mandarin in it, though. That's great.
I liked it.
I like Iron Man 3 too.
There was obviously that huge letdown when you realized the real Mandarin is not going to show up. But
he was the real Mandarin. Yeah. The other one just took his name.
Other than that, I really enjoyed the movie, though.
I'm more of a Peking guy.
Come on, how do you not like watching all those Iron Man suits fly in there? How are you not going to like that?
Well, hold on.
Because
thing I don't
Pepper Pot.
Now you're going into the one thing that I didn't like. Okay, so here we have an upgraded Iron Man suit, right? The very first regular Iron Man, not the big chunky issue #1 first appearance Iron Man suit, but his golden, the very first one from the first movie. A car is hurled at him, and he catches it. So you're telling me now we're 3 movies ahead. It's like Mark 40 something or other, and a bus comes by and shatters it.
Well, it was designed to separate and connect and everything, and it was an empty suit. That's how I took it.
But the thing is, the armors were getting destroyed so easily by anything. I was like, really? Now I know why you abandoned them. God dang! I thought you were smart, Stark. Come on.
It was surprising to see the individual armors like get destroyed so easily, because like you think as with each new armor, like they're more powerful and stronger, and they can actually handle themselves as they're fighting like the extremist enhanced humans.
Oh, well, just the fact that they had all, like, oh, look at all the cool armors, and they destroyed it right in front of your eyes. You're like, screw you, Iron Man fans. We're destroying all their armors.
Well, screw you, Marvel Studios.
Okay,
it's also the closest we have to an MCU Christmas movie.
Oh, I also, the last couple of days, I finally got a hold of Free Guy. And
I still haven't seen that.
That is just
man, watch it. It's really good.
It's fun.
I've heard it's really fun.
And I'm a fan. I was a fan of the first Escape Room movie, so I checked out the second one. Still good. I enjoyed it. That was a good time.
You ever watch The Cube?
Yeah.
I still need to watch The Cube as well as Escape Room.
I prefer The Cube because I think that's probably what started all this crap.
I don't know. I mean, with The Cube, I see with the Escape Room movies, they were clearly inspired by The Cube.
And what else? Oh, yeah, movies that a comic book crowd may not be interested in. The Eyes of Tammy Faye, very well acted film. I like that one. I'm just, those two intrigue me. The Baker family, they started this huge religious thing, and he was just raking in the cash base. I mean, there you go. I mean, it just the whole thing. When I was growing up, it was that's when they got exposed, when I was a teenager, and that whole scandal just kind of like, what the hell were you thinking? And by all accounts, she was not exactly in on the deal. So I'm like, how can you be so obtuse? You know, how could you be so ignorant of what is going on in your own backyard?
She was out making awesome records.
Let's see. You know you're lying if you say Captain Marvel was the first bad Marvel movie. Thor Ragnarok was poopy and it isn't gotten
Hey.
Rude.
Okay, I'll say this. Okay.
Yep.
How about Captain Marvel is actually the second universally maligned Marvel movie. Like, a lot of people might not like this movie or that movie, but really the first one that everybody said, that most of the people said was bad, was Thor Ragnarok. No, not Ragnarok, but Dark World. And then it was Captain Marvel. Most of the people who see Captain Marvel didn't like it, that I've heard of anyway.
I wish the Thor: The Dark World would have been more closer to like what happened in what's his name, Simonson's run with the Chambers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cascade
I
Winters.
do wish.
If
Yeah.
if Thor 2 was more like that, then like people's reception with the sequel to Thor would be much better than what we ultimately got.
You had everyone there. He has Mother there, and also you could have had Balder the Brave and all those guys. The whole story with Loki and everything. Could have done that in that movie.
Yeah. The Phoenix Force was not in the second Thor movie. Thank you very much.
It was deleted scene.
So also Dark World was, for me, was kind of tainted a little bit. Actually, I don't know. Maybe it was made better because I saw it dubbed in Thailand. So I went in and it had subtitles in English. But, oh wait, no, that wasn't the movie that had subtitles. So no, I straight up watched, the first time I watched Thor, I straight up watched it in Thai language. And I do remember that every black person in that movie, actually in the movies that I saw in Thailand, every black person had the voice of, oh, we're going over here. Isn't it? Like really high pitched, like everybody sounds like Chris Tucker. So it was something to see Idris Elba come on screen. Oh, Tor. You know, just goes right off and, oh, yeah, like, what the? Do y'all know how racist this sounds?
Okay, you may have a point, Almighty Jack. He made a comment in regards to Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, I absolutely agree with that.
I agree with him with that too.
I liked right at the beginning with Surtur, and as soon as they revealed Hela is his sister, I said, "Screw you, Marvel."
That part, that part didn't rub me the right way. Just because I knew the whole story about Hela and everything like that.
At least it was an Ultimate Thor, and like he had a baby with her.
But that
true. At least we did not. At least we didn't get that in the movie.
I didn't think Captain Marvel was that bad. She was a little wooden.
I still haven't watched Captain Marvel.
It's well, hey, hopefully when you do, you'll like it. This is good.
I would rather, if I'm gonna watch it, I don't watch it by myself. I want to watch it as a group thing because that's what we do for Batwoman. That's how I get through those movies.
Okay, we'll do it for Extreme Movie Show. Oh shit, we still gotta watch Karen. I want to do that as a live stream.
What's the difference?
Yeah, exactly. Isn't
exactly. My wife made it through, I think, 10 minutes of Captain Marvel, and she goes, "Turn this shit off." Real power, honey. Turn this shit off. Okay, it's my power. Turn this shit off.
That's funny.
Yes, it was.
And then the remotes of the battery, remote for the battery, dies. Remote batteries.
The moped.
Sorry, I'm channeling you. Sorry for a second.
The batteries from the remote
die, so you can't turn it off.
I can't hear you because as soon as you said something, Evil Black Cat chimed in, so I didn't hear either one of you. What are you saying?
Do you understand the words?
No, because Evil Black Cat keeps interrupting. Evil Black Cat. He's okay. Hangman, what were you saying?
I was saying that the batteries in your remote die, and then you can't get up because you're too lazy to turn it off.
Okay, that has actually happened. That has happened, but for me, it's the because I watch all my TV through the Xbox, so it's the controller, and I'll have it go whoop. Controller battery's done. Controller battery's dying. Controller, and we're fine. But as soon as the controller batteries are dead, that's the time when the video or the TV show comes on. It's like the opening. She'll be like, "Oh my gosh, it's so loud! Turn it down!" And she's getting over here, getting upset because I'm not doing. Yeah, like I said, Gail's got to type. By the way, that was joke yelling. I wasn't actually mad at Evil Black Cat. I'll say it again. Captain Marvel was a great movie. The only problem is that they called him Shazam due to the licensing problems. Yeah, I enjoyed that movie. That was a proper
fantastic
Marvel movie.
I can't wait for the sequel.
I gotta ask Zach, this Guardians game, does it have Adam Warlock in it? Do you know?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Spoilers.
Oh, no, I know. I'm just curious because they haven't put him in a game yet, and because of the new movie coming up, I wasn't sure if they're gonna follow the movie or not.
I'm gonna show this off every chance I can get. That was just
keep it in your pants, old man.
I mean,
they show a lot. They show a lot of characters.
Eric's going to the hospital.
God damn it, Venkman! Why did you pick tonight to be funny?
The next noise you hear coming from Eric Green's microphone will be the ambulance showing up at his front door.
Jesus.
I think I'm gonna be joining Almighty Jack's tribe on the older books and everything because of this.
Oh, is that Marvel family?
Yeah.
I almost killed Eric again while you got up.
Oh.
He's trying to put that 4-color fossil in the museum.
No, it's because what you said when you got up and you walked away, and I said, "Keep it in your pants, old man."
Well, I didn't. Let's see, if they're putting a deep cut like the Blood Brothers in it, it would be a crime for them not to include Adam Warlock. I've actually heard. Yeah. So actually, I put this in so long ago I forgot about it. I did not know I forgot I bought this book, and it made me think I might do that with the Daredevil and the.
Yeah. It would have been really cool if your camera had picked that moment to actually be working.
All right. Hey, name her punching Daredevil.
That would be cool on a slab, actually.
Yeah.
It's like a trivia game for Eric. Do you know what number that is by describing it?
Number 7.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me see. I'll start off with something easy. Okay. You have the Jackal on one side, the Punisher on the other. The Punisher is aiming a gun, and inside the gun barrel, you see Spider-Man.
Oh, I get 2 answers to you.
No, okay. How about this one? And RDV, you might get this one. You might get this one. Spider-Man is swinging towards a big board with all of his supporting characters on it.
This is for Venkman, right? I'm disqualified from this one, right?
You get it right. You've got it right away, right?
Right.
Okay.
I don't even remember which number that is. I know it's from the older ones.
And it is one of the older ones. It was in the 1970s, and the caption, I believe, says something about someone is going to die.
It's real close to this one, Venkman.
I can't see it. Nice.
I tell you what's not in the OG Gamora costume, right? Spider-Man 100. Ooh. No, Spider-Man 100 is Spider-Man crawling down the comic with a whole bunch of, and he's in full color, and there's a whole bunch of black and white Spider-Man.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Spider-Man 100.
Yeah.
The one I like is the one with where he's holding up the steer girders, where he's trying to get out of the water. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
I think that's 33.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, issue number 33.
Yeah. Oh, you
speaking of which,
go ahead.
Sorry, go. But speaking of that, I actually read issue number 33 in my manga versus comic book class, and it was fun. Like reading that as one of my lessons.
Good book. It's a really good book.
So I saw there's this girl I follow on Instagram. I think it's a nerdy geek or something, or what she does for she collects comics. Her husband or her carved a pumpkin. The cover of McFarlane's the black suits Spider-Man from issue 300, I think it is, onto a pumpkin.
Is it Nerdy Girl Creates by any chance?
Might be.
If it is, she does Wes's shows sometimes.
Let me look it up. It might be.
The sheer amount of old Batman issues with either Batman and Robin being proclaimed as dying on the cover is astounding. Actually, I was going to talk to you, Eric. Last year, Eric and I made a 3-video series of the Superman artists, and it's 3 of the 3 videos I am really proud of. I think we had a good discussion. We talked about what we loved about the comics. It was a very positive situation. I was thinking, I know you didn't want to do X-Men, but what if we do Batman?
A thing with Batman artists? Or?
Yeah, we talk about the best of the Batman artists from start with Bob Kane, just because he's first and you got to pay respect, and then go through.
I don't see why not.
We break it down pretty much the same way we did, where we went through Golden Age, then Silver Age, and Bronze Age, and so forth. I would want to separate the 80s and 90s era from 2000, so it would have to be like Golden Age, 60s, 70s to maybe 85, and then basically Silver Age, and then the Bronze Age up to Crisis, and then after Crisis we split that in half, and so there might be 4 videos to it.
All right.
I think it'd be fun talking about old Batman books and such like that. I think it might be good, because I was thinking, I was reading my Carmine Infantino, and I've got the Neil Adams over here. Dick Sprang came to mind. I was just thinking it might be fun to talk about some of those Golden Age stuff and Silver Age and all that, because I know a lot of what doesn't get brought up is the 1960s sci-fi books that Batman was involved in. It's like that's the forgotten era of Batman now.
That started in the 50s.
Yep, it started around what happened. Yeah, the innocent got seduced or something like that. Yeah.
Well, that was a Jeopardy question I got.
Actually, I think it even started a little bit before that, because when sci-fi movies got real popular, DC jumped on that bandwagon.
So
why they picked Batman, of all characters, I guess, because
it was actually sorry, I want to follow back up to what I was talking about the pumpkin thing. That's Grail Girl Comics on Instagram.
Okay. I like this. Almighty Jack saying this new series will test X to a whole new limit, and that will forever change them.
And seducing the incident.
What comic book is that about, guys? And he's saying it's every new book these days.
Seducing the innocent, is that a Tumblr thing?
Seduction of the Innocent. It's Frederick Wortham's cover, comic book, whatever bad book thing. I read it. It's boring as fudge.
Yeah, it's fun. I started it, and I thought, God, this is my hobby. But boy, oh boy, is this dull.
It is boring. It is incredibly boring. I think the reason why everybody believed him is they didn't read his book, because they kept falling asleep, and it was just, okay, yeah, whatever you say, just shut up. I'd be interested in more comics and demographics information. How much of Big 2 readership is age 10 to 14 and ages out, and all the deaths and events are evergreen. So all of the deaths in it. About the demographic information?
No. Tyler Kirkham just posted on his Instagram, says A-list comic creators launch new publisher Artist Elite Comics.
Okay.
It's a new comic book publisher created by Tyler Kirkman, Ale Garza, and Sean Dashko.
I think you were right the first time.
Yeah. It says they aim to follow creator-owned artists to publish their own comic book stories to ship them directly through consumers and retailers without distributors like Diamond, Lunar, or Penguin, or Random House. So far, they have Ben Templesmith, Ryan Benjamin, Freddie Williams II, Jordan something. I don't know why he zoomed it on, but he's got Alan Qua, John Boy Myers is going on there, Ryan Kincaid. So yeah, they're getting a lot of people currently on there. So look for that on the Bleeding Cool. That might be a new article. As I said, it just popped up today.
It's Artist Elite.
Yeah. Yep. It's going to be Artist Elite Comics.
So when every time they sign spell, they say like so and so is Artist Elite. they can get Adam Cole, baby.
They should have said Artist Only Comics. So they give AOC.
What's up, Yellow Spider-Man?
One of these times, I'm going to get you or Eric, while you're sipping on your Coke, you're going to get a spray. All the critters.
Come out the nose.
You know what would make that possible? And you're right. You'd have a shot. I don't have one with me right now. I got to go fix
that. The last one I thought you were going to.
So comic book speculation and investing page. They're talking about how somebody just posted, I've got $2,000 to spend. What should I buy? And he got a couple of comments. Buy DC. Marvel is way overpriced now. Yep.
They're all overpriced.
Yeah, I was about to say DC's got some pretty overpriced stuff too.
The number one.
The thing is these are the dickheads that did it. This is the forum that I actually see talking to each other about how well you
speculators
on and all stuff.
Yeah.
I'll buy my copy from you. You buy your copy, and then we'll get the price up on this thing.
Right.
These are the guys. They did this.
Potato.
Yeah.
Although
you can't wait for that Dark Hawk #1 to become the most valuable book.
There's 2 books I really buy every month from one's from Marvel, one's from DC. Marvel, what I'm following has been Daredevil, and Daredevil, if that goes away after the event, goodbye Marvel. I don't care. DC, I'm reading The Flash. That's one ongoing. I'm reading it. Over at Skybound, it's Walking Dead. Zenoscope gets most of my money, and so does Dynamite.
For me, it was Suicide Squad, but by the last issue of Suicide Squad, I'm ready to drop it. They had the ambush bug on it. And this person who's writing it sucked, so I'm good to go.
I'm trying to read the Deathstroke, but it's just not good.
I haven't even opened my.
They already announced that it was canceled. They were changing the story, something. So
wait for Deathstroke?
For Deathstroke or Suicide Squad?
Deathstroke. Like
I thought
got the plans.
Oh, I thought Deathstroke was a miniseries.
It was going to be a longer story, but they switched the plans for it.
Guys, I'm gonna call it here. Let me get a couple of comments, and then we're gonna call it a night. Hendrix saying England team just come out as gay and watch and subscribe. Every freaking week I'm talking about how I'm in dick under a bridge. I don't know what else I could do. All right, so let's see. Almighty Jack saying Marvel's now charging $5.99 for all their new books that are written and drawn by actual talent.
Well, that is true. The price of books go up. The price of a service goes up under the bridge.
Oh, you know what? I bought King Shark Jim. I just haven't read it yet. There's a couple of books. Oh, by the way, I finally, because these piled up in my comic book hold box. This is
my LCS doesn't carry those. I was wanting to start reading that series.
Oh, cool. They'll be in the auction this week.
Hey!
All 3 of them.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Well, if you want to say so. Okay. Yeah.
So that means, kids, don't spend your money during the week.
Yeah. All right,
Comics.
anyway, gang, thanks for hanging out with us. Sorry for the rants occasionally. I'm just kidding. All right, so what do we got going on? Tomorrow there will be a live stream probably of some sorts. Wednesday, I'm hoping to get my niece on to talk about some anime and manga. And then let's see, Thursday and Friday. Friday, we're definitely going to be doing Hostess fruit pie ads. Because why not? It's going to be a lot of fun. We do these really bad readings. I made sure I told everybody you get a hero moment. So we're going to take one page each.
You get a fruit pie.
Yeah, you get a fruit pie. You get a fruit. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Please stop by for that. That should be a good time.
I'm going to go buy some Hostess pastries just so I can eat them while.
You'll take one bite. We're like, oh my god, why did I buy this?
I'm dropping videos over on Old Man Comics. There's going to be this month. I'm going to be doing some Veterans Day stuff. So we're going to be talking about war comics and war comic characters, and so stop by there as well. I think you'll have a good time with that. And as always, please, if you're interested in Jeopardy, we need players. So show up on Sunday for that. All righty. Anyway, thank you very much for hanging out with us. And as always, thank you very, very much for watching.
Thanks, Hendrix.
Have a good time.
Good night, kids.
Merry Christmas.